Hello there, my gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous friends. Today, we are playing more Why Am I Dead at Sea? And I know what you might be thinking, Pixel Budum, you haven't played this in years, what are you doing? And, yes, that is the case, but I never got through all the endings, and it's been haunting me, literally, ever since. It's a ghost thing. It's not a spoiler, that's what happens. I'm here on the main menu because I don't want to spoil anything. I'm literally getting the endings that I didn't get, or hope I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it. And so please, if you haven't played this or watched it or whatever, don't keep watching. It's gonna get spoilery very fast. I'm gonna go back. I'm not gonna replay it from the beginning. I did on my own. It's cool, but yeah. So just a warning, spoilers. You ready? Let's do it, huh? Okay. This one. Yes, so, right. I know that I'm not at the end part yet. I'm still at, like, chapter 3, I think, which is the second to last, I think, because the other one is at 4. It's fine. I've replayed up till this point. And so the details nearing the end may be a little fuzzy. I want to do it justice. This game is so good and wonderful and delightful, and thank you, my gorgeous friend, for asking me to come back to it, because I always wanted to, but then I just thought, well, it's been a while, whatever, and I'm happy to come back. I really am, because playing it again, it's reminded me of all the emotional moments, like with Kayla and oh god. So yes, right. What I remember is that I sucked with Donovan. Once I just got control of him. That's what the part I'm on. And I remember I just rushed it to the spot on the side of the and then I got myself, big spoiler, murdered. I got tossed the heck out of there. I remember that pretty well. And I want to look at everything, and then I'll maybe skip to the end if things are looking the same, which is gonna be hard to tell exactly because I haven't replayed that bit. But yeah, we'll see. Hey, bud. Hello there. It's Donovan, right? And I did voices and stuff, and I don't remember what voices I did. I didn't want to watch myself do it again. I thought, God, what loser. Can't listen to my own voice. That's disgusting. Say, did you want to hand feed my parrotlet? Can be quite fun. Dear God, no, I do not. Alright, suit yourself. Take it you're not an animal person. You can tell a lot about a person by how they treat their pets. Fascinating, but yes, I also think that Garv, but that's, yeah. It's always been suspicious to me, and I know I left off on that note years ago when I played on how I thought Ferdinand was quite suspicious. That word, suspicious? I can't say the word now. Because, Sunshine hissed at him. And nobody else, everybody else got a good reaction from the cat except for him. But then that could be because he's like clearly in a disguise and wearing makeup and stuff, that whole thing. But then is that a red herring? I don't know. Hey, cat. See, cat likes this. Cat normally purrs at people, though, I believe. Hello, Gwen. You don't trust me, huh? Hey. What were you doing in my room? I'm sorry? I don't know what you're talking about. I know you snuck into my room when I wasn't around. I don't know what you mean. What makes you say that? I have camera footage of you walking in, clear enough. Oh, I should check out his room. I think I did, though. I think that's the one thing I did do pretty well, but I don't know exactly what caused me to get the ending I got, and so I've tried to play roughly similarly, because this game doesn't have a lot of, choices. It doesn't have a lot of, I can go back and talk to somebody again and do the dialogue different a lot of the time, so it's tough to know what I've done to make it end the way it did. Anyway, I have camera footage of you. I was looking for something. I thought you were someone else. I'm sorry. What were you trying to achieve? Alright, you can play dumb. That's alright. I know you're probably okay. Can't go in a room? That's fair. I would just see the axe in there and freak out. Can I just say, though, I know it's been a while, and I know I probably said this when I originally played the game, but this is so... I love how everybody gets, like, their own music, and, it's just so cool in that way. Oh, can I take this and go... Take it, yeah. With this key, I can finish my comprehensive search of this ship. So far, I've gone through every room, except Mercurio's room, and the captain's room. Could also check my computer for any information. Got a lot of footage of the ship to check out. I'm sure I'll be able to find the captain with all this. Yeah. Yep. What was I saying? Yeah, it's gorgeous. Wonderful. God, just everybody's little, quirks and stuff. And I thought the emotional impact of hearing about Kayla's backstory wouldn't affect me. On the second time, I knew, already. I remembered, but God, I nearly teared up and cried. That was so sad. What is this? Oh, I can just examine things that Is this, like, important stuff to examine? Maybe I should have been using this. I'm not gonna go outside. That's one thing I'm not gonna do. Oh, I check email. I know I read this before. I hope you don't mind if I read it again, just to remind myself. Again, I'm trying to play it through so I know the details, because I want it to have an emotional impact. I don't want to just, whatever. I guess I'll just play it through. I hope I'm doing it justice, my friends. And thank you again for asking. I'm happy you did. Hey, Donovan, it's been a long time since we've spoken. I hope you're doing better since you've left the force. I know it's been rough. Truth is, I'm contacting you because I need your help. Something has come up which requires a special touch. It's him, Donovan. Let me know if you can help. L. Yeah, this is the, talking about the serial killer, right? Track him down to a small cruise ship of sorts. However, it's across the border, so it's out of our jurisdiction. By the time we can coordinate an effort, he'll be gone. Throw away my badge and go after him myself. When I got close to him, my identity was compromised. I need someone from the outside that doesn't know. He doesn't know. You're the only one who can do this, Donovan. It's been a long time since he's struck, and it's possible he'll regard the isolated ship as a prime opportunity. Attached, you'll find everything you need to know in order to get there. The rest is on you. L. Oh, and one last thing, Donovan. I know you blame me for your dismissal, but you weren't okay, Donovan. You needed the break. Maybe you're still bitter, but keep this in mind. I'm breaking a lot of regulations and personal standards enlisting your help like this, putting a lot of trust in you. So please be professional about this. Don't do anything reckless. Get the job done and come home. For me. Lucia. Oh God, I was using my, I was thinking of a guy with a mustache for some reason, like the chief or something? Like a police chief. Not that they can't be Lucille exactly, but that's just who I was thinking. And I've read this before, so I feel stupid now. Camera recording. I have a lot of footage to come through. I can plan a specific day for each day. Oh, right. Did I check all of this? Even for last, save the captain's last scene. There are any particular movements. At night, after a break, the captain left the room and went up to the first floor. She never came back down. Fortunately, I couldn't install any cameras on the first floor, so I don't have any eyes on her after that point. Between the time when she left and the next morning, every single person went up to the first floor and came back down. So really, anything could have happened in that time period. The last thing to note is when Sue came back to her room that night, she had the spare master key with her. She must have picked it up from the pilot house when the captain was no longer there. Yesterday, a couple things happened yesterday. Elton and Sue were walking around the place to talk to people. Very strange. Yeah, we controlled that. Kayla was also particularly busy, walking all around talking to people. And then that evening, Gwen entered my room. Somehow my door was unlocked. By a kitty, huh? Right? That was what happened, I think. She clearly didn't take anything, so I'm confused what her goal was. And today isn't over yet, but there's still plenty of footage to cover. At the crack of dawn, Ferdinand paid a visit to Garv's room. Odd. Not long afterwards, he had a meeting with most of the ship. God, that is interesting, too, because the meeting is what we woke up to. Like, instantly. And, so I think we missed out on Ferdinand talking to Garv, and if we're right, because we translated that last bit, and it said, like, well, curtains closed, guys, or something like that, whatever Ferdinand said, and it was very suspicious. So was Garv part of it? Because why would Ferdinand talk with Garv? Afterwards, most people headed up to the first floor, where I don't have cameras installed. Okay. Each camera, B2, lowest floor. As expected, there's a lot of people moving in and out of the rooms from day to day. The only constant is that black cat which wanders around everywhere. Sometimes it's carrying small objects in its mouth. It's a small-time thief, I guess. Really isn't anything suspicious that goes down here from day to day, though. A1, middle floor, staff. Usually people are walking through here, reach the upper deck, right enemy cameras. Mercurio and Garv are always going in and out of the broom closet for cleaning supplies. Oh, that's suspicious. Because Mercurio, as I recall, was being directed by mysterious notes. And, so that is suspicious. Garv is now mentioned again, so I don't know. Almost every day since we've disembarked, in fact. Ferdinand is... Oh, but then Garv has pets, so maybe that makes sense. Ferdinand is always walking around everywhere with that stupid grin on his face. Love that guy, even if he's a killer. Well, if he hurts Paolo, maybe not. Daryl walks through here once or twice a day, but spends all day on the upper deck. Love Daryl. God, Kayla and Daryl are the ones I would die for. Otherwise, everybody's pretty cool. Those guys, love them. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to skim that. I know I kind of did. It's just because I know I read that before, and I don't think I did everything as Donovan. Apologies if I didn't. It's just a recap for everybody. Oh, hey, how are things going? I didn't see you at the meeting. Is everything all right? Everything's fine, thanks. Great, enjoying the crows? Me, I've been cooped up in my room most of the time, writing. Ha ha ha, love you, Kayla, so much. Still, even if I'm not actually outside enjoying the sea air, it's enough knowing I'm at sea. Do you feel the same way? I don't know what you're talking, or I don't know what you're on about. I don't know what you're on about. Oh well, I guess we just think differently. Nothing wrong with that. Kayla, I love you. Gosh, you can just get along with everybody. I love you so much. I wish time was different and that Daryl could have helped you with your treatments and that you could live forever. All the time. Because I love you very much. I never really thought about that. Yeah, like for example, being at a bar in your own hometown versus being at a bar across the world. You'd think they're the same, but they're two different feelings. There's just something intrinsically appealing about being far from home. If you say so. But not really fan of meetings. Really? It was pretty important, actually. We were talking about the captain. Seems like she's missing. Some people are really fearing the worst. What about you? It's none of my concern. It is my concern. Why doesn't this guy trust people? I mean, I know why he can't, but he knows, like, the profile of the killer, and he knows it's not Kayla, so just trust Kayla. Love Kayla, please? Don't give her cold shoulder. Oh, okay. You're giving her cold shoulder. Can I look at your things? Can I read this? Paper is writing on them. 80% of the words. Yeah, this is the same description. I'm gonna guess that his power is to see relevant stuff, maybe. Daryl's room. Oh, whoa, you're here, buds. Hey, anything cool? Can I read your diary? Did I leave it unlocked? Can I read it? Yeah, it's locked now again. Hey, bud. Hey, as sullen as ever, huh? I don't know what you mean. You sure? Your face looks like the Grim Reaper himself. Rather that than be smirking like an idiot all the time. Is everything a joke to you? What? Is he smart? Is Daryl smirking like an idiot? I always assumed he just had a grim face on and was sad and miserable all the time. But he has good reason to be, but I love him very much, like Kayla. Because he's got a tragic backstory and I sympathize. But, this feels like more of a thing to say to Ferdinand, surely. Well, of course. You, me, life? What is it, if not a big cosmic joke? That's a good point, bud. I love you. Sorry. Sorry if I was mean. It's unintentional. It's only because I'm Donovan right now. Right, I've already done this. I wanted to check out Garv's room just in case. Can I feel... Oh! I didn't realize this would be important. I'm assuming this means important thing. Giant rustic dresser with a mirror on top. It has 4 large shelves. Oh, did I look in this? I don't remember. The shelf is packed with cat food and bird feed. Top right. Stuffed to the brim with cat litter. Blech. Bottom left. This shelf has a modest amount of clothes. Human clothes, of course. Oh god, this is gonna be the bloody knife or something. In this shelf, there's a variety of medicines and first aid equipment. Things like bandages, needles, even what appears to be an IV drip. Oh god, that's suspicious. Oh, it's still light though. I've read it though, right? And I've got all of it. Okay. Whoa, okay. Yeah, I don't think an animal needs that. Well, maybe it does at some point, but not on a ship. That's something you do if you're the serial killer, like they said, that likes to keep people alive for as long as they can and murder them slow and painful. I assume that's what an IV drip does. I guess I should know more about them maybe, but I don't know. I guess even if it's an empty room, I should give it a little check. Oh, wow, I can cozy power. Oh, right, I got the master key. Hey, bud. Wow. Hey. What are you doing here? How did you get in? Not used to company, I take it. Not the living, breathing kind. What's a little kid on a ship like this? Wait, what? What's a little kid doing on a ship like this by himself? Skip the verb, sorry. Traveling from one location to another. Where are your parents? It's dangerous to be on a ship by yourself. Like this by yourself. You shouldn't be here. That's why I have the door closed and locked. Or did, anyway. Oh god, am I the reason that he gets taken and hurt? He didn't get murdered, right? I think he lived. I would have absolutely been devastated if he died. Locks are deterrents, not actual protection. They can always be gotten around. Apparently. Yeah. Love you, bud. I wish I could just do a little ghost wink at you from Donovan's body, but alas, I cannot. Yeah, can't do anything with my little save teddy bear. Alrighty. Maybe I should I just want to be thorough. There's nothing. Oh, whoa. Wait, there is something here. Good thing I checked. Giant rustic dresser. Top left, empty. Top right, there's a fistful of air fresheners in the front. In the back, there's a decomposing rat. Great. Why? Why though? Bottom left, empty. Bottom right, there are, oh, achievement! There are a bunch of crumpled up receipts, all of them unremarkable. Underneath them is a crumpled up note. This loan will take care of the hotel's expenses while we get things set up. Soon enough, the regular split will be more than enough to support you. Obviously, don't leave the money or this note lying around. See. What? I was distracted. I don't know if you saw that, but the achievement left a funny imprint. What? This loan will take care of the hotel's expenses while we get things set up. Soon enough, the regular split will be more than enough to support you. Just don't leave the money or this note lying around. I don't know if that's meant to be, because the achievement I got, if I remember correctly, because I looked at their little symbols, they didn't have spoilers on them. I wanted to get a rough idea of how many endings I had left to get. I think there's 2 or 3 more. Doesn't matter, I'll get them all, I'll promise you that. Even if I have to, I'm gonna try without a guide, but if I have to, I'll use a guide. I want to see them. And I apologize for not doing this the first go around. I promise I've turned over a new leaf, and more games I'm actually seeing all the content that's available. Or trying to, at least. Anyway, I don't know, because I know that, I think that achievement's for like a reference to like the Flash game version or something of this game, which I didn't know it was a Flash game before this, which is kind of cool, but it might just be that, but it might be a relevant note. It's completely empty except for a single piece of paper. I'll look at it, because this is the weird thing about Ferdinand. And I know I've read this before, and I read this a long time ago, but like, it's such a strange thing. I'm surprised that Donovan's not just like, something seems odd here, but I guess not. Oh, this is interesting. Metal closet for cleaning supplies. The master key is able to open the door. Inside there are all sorts of cleaning supplies. There's also a top shelf with lots of paperwork. Okay, Garv came in. I'm starting to very much suspect him now. Did I suspect him before? I thought my focus was solely on Ferdinand mostly. But now Garv did shrug off like the death of his workers or whatever, which, you know, he's just, oh, what idiots got it shut down, you know, by getting themselves killed. I remember looking here for some reason, so hopefully it's fine if I repeat it. Most of it's what you would expect to find: rags, dustpans, bleach, soap, sponges. Mostly look old and forgotten. Except the bleach has been bought recently. That can't be good. Yeah, I'm cleaning up blood. Paperwork is a giant stack of receipts and expenses. It all looks really uninteresting. Wait. In the middle of the stack, there's a smaller paper with handwriting on it. That one's more interesting, but I guess this first. Most expenses involve staff. There's also supplies being bought, and food inventory being restocked. Then there's the income from passengers coming on board. Oddly enough, the two don't. He keeps coming in and looking at me, the suspicious joker. The two don't seem to add up. The expenses are always a great deal larger than the income. Handwritten, I hope this note has been found by the right person. I have reason to believe someone has been breaking into my room while I am away. I think it has to do with that strange chest. If I'm right, it means something is terribly wrong here. Only the master key unlocks my door. And I have the only master key, right? I have a plan. I could fail. If I do, someone else needs to know. I'm looking for a door that shouldn't exist. Could be in a corner, or on a side where you don't normally look. It must have something to do with what's in that chest. But I couldn't get it open. Be careful. This ship has eyes and ears. People know things they shouldn't. There are alliances being forged. Yeah. Whoa, I feel like part of my identity is returned to me. Heck yeah! I think that has to do with me. I think I'm still my ghost self. I don't think I get even more realistic. Anyway, can I investigate? Yeah, it's just trash. I think I read that before, because I remember thinking that, and then I don't know how I came to the conclusion, but I remember looking there as Mercurio, and seeing that weird part on the edge of the ship, like on the side of something that shouldn't be there or whatever, and I just rushed to make that progress right away, and I felt like an idiot, because I should have talked to everybody and looked at everything first. So I won't do that. It's a giant rustic dresser with 4 shelves to hold clothes in. Top left, there's a huge pile of cards. Cards for a birthday, cards for Christmas, cards just because. They're all addressed from Mom or Grandma. Well, isn't that sweet? Aww. Top right shelf. Pile of programming textbooks. They look brand new. What? I got an achievement. So brand new, okay. Underneath them is something else. Looks like college transcripts. For the first 2 years, there's all A's. A cumulative GPA of 3.9. The third year, there are only withdrawals and F's. Oh wait, there's 1 C. After that it ends. Finally, at the bottom, a letter of expulsion. Poor guy! Just burnout, I guess? Aww. Because I think we talked to him and he kind of said, he kind of dodged the question a little bit. It was just like, oh yeah, hi, I did great in school, it was really good. So that makes sense. Bottom left. Nothing but clothes. Bottom right. There's all sorts of gadgets and wires here. Chargers, spare headphones, and so on. It is hard to, it is hard to sympathize with Elton a little bit because it's hard to sympathize with any, like, super rich person, I feel like. So in that way, I kind of love Sue. Well, I don't like Sue, because she did also do bad stuff with Mercurio. And that's not good. You don't just blindly follow stuff notes that you get. That only leads to murder, but Elton's just so naive, and in a way that's kind of, endearing. One moment's turned off. You're not gonna turn it on? Maybe he just doesn't suspect Elton at all. Alright, that's the closet. This is what, yeah, Ferdinand, I already checked. This is the captain. Maybe I'll save that for the last. I want to check out Mercurio. I don't think I did that. There's a hole in the wall's plaster. When I tap on the wall, I can tell that it's hollow from floor to ceiling. I wonder how far up or down this continues. And see how cool is it that it starts playing Mercurio's song? Love it. Large bookcase filled with big, intimidating-looking books. All of them have something to do with food or cooking. Take a closer look! Investigating this bookshelf is going to be a bit of an undertaking. Where should I start? Maybe I did go in here? It just usually exclamation points lead to like, whoa, big progress. And so I guess I was just worried about rushing it, but in that way I rushed it the other way. I guess that's what I did. I don't know. Where should I start? Top shelf. God, a lot of things. Okay. I don't remember going through all this, so maybe that is the case. Fundamentals of cooking. It's a giant book that seems to cover a lot of general things about cooking. Doesn't look very worn. It was apparently bought and immediately forgotten about. See, that is a concern, because Mercurio seems very, very into cooking. But then, you know, if you look at, like, the captain's diary or whatever, it's like, food's gone missing. And then whenever you talk to Mercurio, he's like, yeah, I'm here sorting food because I don't want any of it to go missing. And it's like, bud, which one's right? I've got 3 big suspects on my list. And I'm trusting Donovan's intel here in that none of the ladies are suspect. And I don't really find them suspect myself. I kind of love them individually. So, and Elton, I don't think is a bad guy at all. So, we got that on the table, and Daryl's fine. Daryl's cool. Temperature management. Title makes it sound like a really dry and boring book. Investigating confirms this is exactly what it is. Sometimes you can judge a book by its cover. Maybe I have read this. I apologize if this is just the most long and boring segment. I promise we'll get to the ends in a second. Baking, frying, and grilling. This book has a lot of small sticky notes sticking out at the top. They all have legible scribbles on them referring to different pages. Maybe he is a good cook, I don't know. Cook's Ultimate Encyclopedia. One page in particular is crumpled, folded in on itself, and big words written frantically in marker. I'll never get off this ship. That's fun. Let's not think on that one, huh, Donovan? Let's not consider ourselves. Okay. The Zen of Food. On the inside cover, there are a few words hastily scribbled. Nearly, screw this book. I have trouble swearing. Middle shelf, The Clean Kitchen Advantage. A book made for only the most anal-retentive people alive. One great tip advises the sorting of vegetables into alphabetical order. I don't understand the point of that. That seems like a bad tip. Surely. You don't think of alphabets when you think of vegetables. 100 great starter recipes. Almost every recipe in the book is crossed out. Under each one, several ingredients are circled. Presumably they are lacking at the moment. You should just write in it, though. Whatever, Mercurio can do whatever he wants. This is so different than his attitude, though. You know, he doesn't seem like the type. He's always in the kitchen, always at attention, work. He doesn't seem like the type to scribble stuff. I don't know. Caring for your meat. How did a title like that get past a publisher? You know, I'm gonna look into it. A recipe for every occasion. Hiding beneath the book are several empty bottles of whiskey. A recipe for every occasion, indeed. Guess that's not too suspect in and of itself. Bottom shelf. Kitchen management and organization. The pages are worn and marked all over with millions of post-it notes sticking out. Creating a successful restaurant. On the inside cover, there are some words scribbled down. Never forget why you're doing this. There's a bulge in the book's pages. On further inspection, there's a key that's been stuffed inside. Finders keepers. So now I got it. With the key gone, the book can now close completely flat. That's interesting. What does that lead to? I gotta do it as Donovan, because otherwise it's gonna get me tossed off the place. Maybe it goes to somewhere in the kitchen? But then I thought I was able to open it. Whatever. Complete Chef. The book talks a lot about the mindset a cook should have towards cooking. Only the last quarter of the book is dedicated to talking about food. The Art and Science of Culinary Studies. This book contains a lot of numbers and really uninteresting diagrams. On the final page, there are some words scribbled down. Useless. I don't have any equipment that is consistent enough for these measurements. Maybe he is really into cooking. From amateur to professional, this book is so worn out that the pages are falling out of the binding. Other than that, there's nothing notable about this book. Well, alrighty. Whoops, sorry. I meant to go to... fudge! Button mashing. Go to back. I've had enough. Okay. Okie dokie. A key. I don't think it leads to anything in here. Oh, sorry. I just meant to do the nightstand, but I guess nothing. Okay. Suspicious? It's a little suspect? Oh, hey, Sue. Do you know of any areas in the ship? You mean, like, hidden areas? The captain before this previous one had said this ship used to be a smuggler's ship. Guess it's possible there are small little spaces that have been built over. But I feel like if there were any that had been used recently, we would have noticed. Right? You'd think so. Does anyone else know I broke into your room? Well, Alton knows. But it's not like I specifically told him or anything. He was following me around yesterday as I tried to figure out who had broken in. I haven't told anyone else, honest. Shoot, the more people know about that, the more dangerous things are. What, Alton? I wouldn't worry about him. I don't think he'd be capable of any of the stuff you'd talked about. He's too nice. Not extremely bright. Can never be too careful. That's true. I really think we can trust Alton, though. It's gonna absolutely blow my mind if he's the murderer. But then maybe that's why he kind of went bad at all. Whoa, can I look in this? I didn't realize. Could I? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Sorry, Sue. Real quick, I'm gonna look at this. I forgot. I'm sorry if I seem startled at that. I forgot it was Sue that talked to. It was like 2 days ago that I replayed this and got to this point, but I forgot it was Sue that talked to Donovan and not Gwen, because Gwen obviously is still suspect of me and she doesn't like me, and has been informing Ferdinand about me, which is also a thing. So, top left. This shelf contains all sorts of textbooks for studying English and passing English comprehension exams. Looks like all that studying paid off. Top right, just some extra clothes in here. Bottom left. In this shelf, there are several vibrators, also an open pack of condoms. Alrighty. Bottom right, there are several books and DVDs and Chinese here. I have no idea what they're about. Alright. I'm gonna go. Sorry about this. Oh! Sorry, Sue. Okay, Captain. Yeah, that's interesting, And maybe I have the key to the chest. And that'll be interesting. And so, okay, so the chest was just in the captain's room? I guess this is the captain's room, and she just signed on. And so maybe the previous captain left something in that chest that was important. And the previous captain obviously got kicked off all of a sudden. My theory in my head now is that maybe Ferdinand is the previous captain. I don't know what it is about him, because he's in a disguise. Who would want to disguise themselves unless somebody that would be recognized by a lot of people? And why would you just assume you'd be recognized by a lot of people unless a lot of people working on the ship knew you, right? So that could be the case. Anyway, on the front cover of the journal, someone has written the name Smilla. Oh, fudge! Somebody mentioned that name, and I thought, who the heck is that? I thought it was like somebody's like sister or something, but because I think was it Kayla or Sue? One of the two was like, Smilla, is that you? And that is. They saw me as a ghost, and they recognized me as I got more of a form. That's cool. I'll just read it, because I had already read this as myself, like in the past, and also a couple days ago. So I know I've read this. And I know you've read this. There's the food the missing instance. It's just her suspicions. And it's like, well, that's why she died. Something strange about the book. For whatever reason, it feels like it's looking back at you. Okay, let's look at the dresser first. Top left. Back corner, the corner of the bottle's absent. Some of them are empty. I think I've read this actually. Yeah, I read this as a ghost. I could. So I think I'll just go through it quick. I don't know how much Donovan needs to know, because, big spoiler, just in case you're still watching, you shouldn't be, he's alive. At least in the end I got. I don't know if it changes up the end. I don't know when, like, the end split occurs. But, he makes it out, and, so he might need to know everything. So I just want to read everything as him and be ultra thorough, because this is like the one part of the game I wasn't thorough on, and I think that's why I got the maybe not so great end. And the chest. The chest opens up with the key found in Mercurio's room. Inside are buckets of paint and a paint roller, along with a handwritten note. Do not get the cheap shit. Sorry. The sun, rain, and the salt water will make quick work of shoddy paint. I'm sure you understand how disastrous it would be if the paint started shipping before it's due. Don't be stupid. Make sure it's paint for exteriors and it's high quality. It's all a bit dusty. Hasn't seen recent use. Still, it's clear someone has had to do some frequent painting on an exterior wall of the ship. I'd be interested to know why. God, that's curious. That makes me curious then. I knew about the wall previously, but then... I think it's because of Marcario's power, right? I don't think I opened the boxes. Maybe I did. Have I explored everything as Donovan and I'm just stupid? If I have, I apologize. But at least we're getting reacquainted, so now the endings will matter a little bit more, huh? Hey. Why, hello, most esteemed passenger. Is there anything that I can do to make your voyage a more comfortable one? Do tell me if you're having any problems. Why do you talk like that? Talk like what? Like you're on drugs? Well, I understand. You see, being by the sea gives me so much energy. It can throw people off. I understand your confusion, but I assure you I have not ingested any illegal substances. Somehow I'm not convinced. Oh, why do you talk like that? Like a moron? He begins to hum idly as if he didn't hear. I love you, Ferdinand. You're most definitely a killer or something, but still love ya. Now that I think about it, my pillows could be fluffier. Pillows fluffier understood. I will let Sue know right away and make sure she fluffs them up to ensure maximum comfort. Thanks, bud. Anything cool around here? I'm curious if I'd seen that before. It seems... new? I think. I just remember, like... You know, before I check out that, I should really go out and check the outside thing that I saw, and then I didn't know I'd get insta-murdered, so... oh, hey, you weren't thinking of hanging around the observation room by any chance, were you? See, this is why I guess I don't suspect Alton, is because he's here all of the time, despite no one else showing up. I mean, I would be slacking off at this point. What's the point? If multiple days go by and no one is here, at least just start, playing games or something. Don't just, continue to be here ready for anybody. I don't know. Oh, no, I'm busy. Sorry to hear that. Maybe next time. What? Sorry, I meant the other one. Even though it's kind of mean-sounding, I'd rather scoop my eyes out with a rusty spoon. That was a joke, right? You're joshing me. This is friendly banter. Oh, for fuck's sake, you can't tell when somebody's insulting you in the face? Sorry for bothering you. His face flushes bright red. Oh god, I'm so sorry. You're such a precious, precious guy. And I just swore to your face. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. It wasn't my intention exactly. It just, Donovan's sort of a meanie. He's like the rugged cop who does stuff his own way. Anyway, yeah, I don't remember all that I checked out. This? There's a hole in the wall's plaster. When I tap on the metal behind the plaster, I can tell it's hollow and there's a crawl space behind here. Here, bud, can I check out your things, please? You're not gonna let me, huh? What? Oh, yep. Can I? I don't think I can, though. Padlock in the handle is currently unlocked. Oh, open it! Hey, get away from that! That's for kitchen staff only. Food budget is closely monitored, so you can't just waltz in and grab whatever you want. Yeah, because you're hiding in there, or you're hiding your notes that are scary. What did it say? Stovetop looks brand new. Pile shows some use. Why does the stovetop look new? Oh, I guess you've been cleaning it? Currently locked, okay. Hey. I don't see you around often. There's something you needed? No. Okay. Well, bye. Yeah. I thought I'd get something more from that, to be honest. I'm a little disappointed. Alright. I guess time to get murdered? Here we go. No one's on the deck, right? And I've talked to everybody. Well, friends, I don't have any reason to believe this is going to occur. Oh, look. It says a little boop. I don't have any reason to believe this is going to occur differently than how it did before. So I guess I'll just cut to the part where I get to an ending. I just wanted to go through this just because I know I didn't do it well previously. And again, if it's all repetitive, I apologize for that. Anyway, see you at the end times. Oh, I got an achievement. Oh my goodness, I got an achievement. I don't know what it's for. Ferdinand used me to spy on Donovan. I know this now. Still, by myself, I don't have any concrete evidence against him. If there's a situation where evidence like that comes up, though, this could be important. Maybe that's the thing I was missing. Maybe I forgot to, confront Ferdinand as, Gwen. Because I know there was that whole thing where Ferdinand's like, oh no, I never suspected Donovan, no. And then I never really went down that path, because obviously he had suspected Donovan. He had kind of said to Gwen, yeah, steer clear of that joker, something's not good there. And Gwen came to him with all the evidence that she'd found, and he still locked her up, so... Yeah. Also, I do think we did get pretty darn suspicious of Garv by the end. So... I think maybe they're in cahoots or something? Something's going on there. It's funny, playing it through again, because a lot of the times they mention stuff like, well, if only there was a time this evidence would matter. Or like, I don't think he's gonna talk unless he has a gun to his head. And it's like, oh, hold on. Or, oh, if only Donovan was here to hear this, but oh, he's dead. Hold on a second. It'll happen. Anyway, I want to make sure I've talked to everybody with everybody. Because it seems like maybe that's another thing I was missing. I'm not sure what I was missing, because I know I didn't go around thoroughly with Donovan, because obviously I got a couple of achievements there, but I don't know if that'd be relevant. I thought I'd get a lot more like, whoa, stuff, and I didn't. And this felt more like at least Gwen's reaction to it. I apologize, I kind of missed a lot of, but it was, that seemed relevant. It's not always what I know, it's what each character knows, and I've got to realize that and talk to everybody with everybody. So give me a little bit, friends, and then we'll get to the end. Alright, friends, I believe I've talked to everybody as everybody. Maybe. I'm gonna save. I didn't realize this was a save spot, and I got an achievement, so that's cool. I'm gonna save, and if it gets screwed, I can always do it again. And come back here and hopefully, but if it's not, if it's some fundamental you missed in chapter 1, some crucial key or something. Cause that's the thing about this game, you make progress in ways you don't expect, and then the sky changes color and it becomes nighttime before you realize, and it's kinda cool in that way, but it could be the fact that Garv went to the medicine closet, specifically at sunset, so if you made progress too quickly with Elton and Sue at that first day, well, you're screwed. Could be. I don't know. But, I think I'm ready to trigger the end. And hopefully, because that was a good sign that I got an achievement. That's something new. And, I hope it's good. I hope it's good. Oh, right, did I not do this correctly? Do I need to go full? Yes. Right. I think we're golden. This is what I remember happening before. I hope you don't mind if we go through this again, friends. Alright, so here's the $1,000,000 question. How can we find this strange hidden area? The outside wall of the... Oh, right, because I need to be fully possessed to know where this is. Outside wall of the dining room is a door that's been painted over. The master key will open it. Amazing, painted over, you say? That's quite extraordinary. How exactly did you discover this, Sue? Donovan was the one that discovered it. I'm just carrying the message. This game's so cool. Can I say that again? I know I've probably said it when I played this before, but I love murder mysteries that happen in a confined area with a number of members of the team here, who done it? Who's done it? It's it's a type of mystery, I guess. Is that what that is? I just like the enclosedness of it. No one can go anywhere for help. It's just we know somebody here is the killer. It's so scary and cool, and I like it. Anyway, so now that we're out here, would you mind telling us what we're doing? I don't know if anything's going to be different now that I hope I've done this correctly, so that's why I'm writing it again. It could be the same as before. Most certainly, and I do apologize for the interruption. Generally, I'll try to speed through it and not interrupt again, sorry. Generally speaking, our cruises do not involve so many meetings. I've learned recently that the secret to the ship which Donovan was looking for exists. And more importantly, we know where it is. We simply don't know, well, what it is. But we're gonna find out now, all of us together, so there's no funny business. I get it. If we're all together, we're all safe from each other. So, what are we expecting to find? Well, Donovan thought the captain was being kept in a secret area on the ship. Guess he was right about there being a hidden area on the ship. The rest, I'm not so sure. Basically, what Sue means is we have no idea what we're going to find. I don't like it. Don't like what? This plan. Something seems off about it. Well, shame you feel that way. Ferd, let's say we get a move on. I don't trust you, Mercurio. Yes, of course. But I don't trust Ferdinand either. Garv. I believe it should be right around here. Oh my god, is that a door? Looks like it was painted right over. Someone put effort into keeping that hidden. Was it you? There was a note about paint. Well, hidden no more it is. Now the door happens to have a lock. But it just so happens there is one key that can open it. A master key, which we have. Open sesame. How about that? There really is a secret compartment to this bucket. See, surely he would know that because there was a hole in his room. Looks like it drops down. There's a ladder, kind of. Come on, gang, let's forge ahead into the unknown. I love Ferdinand. He's gonna be a killer. But I love him. Jesus, this place is huge. How is there enough space for all of us? It's so dark. Can anyone see anything? Is that blood on the ground? Gosh. All these suspicious characters. What is that? Oh my god. People. There are people down here. I think they're alive, but they aren't responsive. Why are they even here? What's going on? Guys, I don't feel so good. Not to interrupt, but you might want to check this out. Sorry, I thought that was Ferdinand, so I kind of started chipper. I remember using kind of a deeper voice than Mercurio, and sounding probably pretty stupid. Sorry. Hold on. I know who that is. That's the passenger that went missing along with Donovan. What is he doing here? But I don't see Donovan or the captain. He looks really injured. Is he alive? Yes, he's alive, but he's seen better days. Donovan! Who said that? The lighting here is so poor it's hard to see, but it came from that direction. That voice sounded familiar. Donovan, I love you, buds. No, you're not the killer, 'cause you're the toughened cop who wants to take down the killer. Didn't expect all of you to come down here at once. Maybe it's better this way. Donovan, what happened to you? We were sure you were dead. Not so easy to get rid of. Still something I need to do before I die. You've been here the whole time? What were you doing down here? Waiting. Just waiting. Donovan, what is all this? Who are all these people? What about Paolo? And the captain, you didn't find her, did you? I thought since you're here, maybe she... Why didn't you show up earlier? Why wait until now to show up? The hell's your plan with that? It is a little suspicious that he wants all the dramatics. It's fine. Have any answers? I don't care anymore. But that's okay, because there's still a solution. One last resort. Yes, this was what I came here to do. What are you doing? I have a profile. He's in this room, I know it. Whoever you are, you're going to die here. There's no hiding. I'm going to put you down like a dog. I'll give you all one chance. one chance to prove who it is. But if no one knows who's responsible, there's only one thing for me to do. So talk. Ha ha ha! Here we go again. I think that was pretty familiar, but I hope it's okay that I did it again, because we need context, right? Well, you've technically already seen it. This will have been last part for you if you've watched it. But remember, for me, this is years in the future, and I hadn't read this in a long time, so it's good to read it again. And, God, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, I don't quite remember the ending I had. I know it wasn't great. It wasn't very satisfying. I think Donovan was like, well, I'll take down only who I most suspect. And, like, some people got out, but not everybody. Big spoilers, by the way. And now we're going to get the rest of the endings, which I think 3 or 4 left? I'm not sure. I'm just basing it off the achievements, which are hidden achievements. And I assume those are the endings. Anyway, as I recall, yeah, I can possess, and then I can fully possess. I don't know if only the exclamation point things are relevant. This is gonna be... may as well start with this one, huh? Because, or does this for everybody? If I can't fully possess Ferdinand. Yeah, so I can do this I'll just to cut down time, because I know I've said these before. Maybe I'll just try with the exclamation points for now and see what happens. Mercurio was feeding the people down here with a kitchen stock. That would answer the question of how these people have stayed down here for so long. How do you know he was doing this? The captain had found out. But, I mean, also these things, too. I'll just say this, though. I think this is the relevant one. I don't want it to be redundant, my friends. I apologize. So the captain was on to what you were doing. And then soon after, she was gone. Even if you are as ignorant as you say, you undeniably had motive to silence her. No way, you're not really thinking that I... Come to think of it, all of this is just evidence that you were responsible for this operation. There's almost no evidence anyone else was involved. That's ridiculous. Look, there's no way it could have been me. Then who was it? One of the passengers, I know that much. As you were holding out earlier. Better talk, and fast. When the captain arrived, things changed. The way I received messages, what they told me to do. The person that was giving me orders changed, and it gave me some hints who they were. How did the way you received orders change? The notes I received were usually slid under my door when I was on shift. That way I could never see who it was. He was discreet enough. Recently, though, the orders have been placed in the broom closet. It's strange because it's an unnecessary risk. What if someone else found those notes? What new orders? Yeah. And it's interesting, you know, obviously. And I think I think I got to this part because I remember going, oh my god, Garv was in the closet all the time. I bet it was him. So that's a thing. But also, didn't we kind of rule out Mercurio? He was just following orders. But then I don't really like him, so there's that. Before the ship departed, before everyone had even boarded, I was instructed to leave the boarding ramp out overnight. Here's being forthcoming, though. This would have allowed anyone to get on and off board without anyone knowing. And they could smuggle anything, or anyone, on board. Here's the thing. That time, all staff was already on board. So the only reason I didn't leave the ramp out is if the smuggler wasn't staff, they were a passenger. Exactly. Okay. Oh, the camera footage in your computer shows something important. How did you find that? My computer was password protected. Well, what are you talking about? I never caught anything incriminating. I wasn't able to hide the cameras on the first floor, which is the most important thing. Mercurio said that he was getting orders from the broom closet. Who was seen regularly going in there? Hold on. Mercurio said before this boat trip he got orders slid under his door. Why did that change? Why now? I wonder if the smuggler realized I'd bugged the ship. If they were seen sliding notes under the door of the staff, it would alert me. I would investigate. So they disguised their correspondence with something innocuous. Something like cleaning up after their cat. Curie was going in and out of the closet for his usual need to clean the kitchen. But so were you, Garv. As it happens, I was. Anything to add on that? Not really. I have a litter box I need to regularly clean out. You were the only person besides Mercurio who's going in and out of there. You were orchestrating this. It's a lot of conclusions to draw from such a small detail. I wonder now, though. Although I vaguely remember seeing the Ivy thing as Donovan. I think I'd cleaned out a little bit of the observations, but then I'm like, I better go check out that door, and I didn't get to it, like, out. Definitely not Sue's room, I know that, and at least I'm pretty sure, and, Elton, because I got an achievement in Elton's room. I got an achievement somewhere else, too. Oh, in the guest room, I guess. So I don't know if what Donovan saw is gonna matter, but it was important that things were highlighted yellow for him. Anyway, it's a lot of conclusions to draw from such a small detail. But how do you explain how those notes got there? I'd say that Mercurio's making this up to cover how suspicious he is. Maybe if he can tie a detail to someone else, he'll be okay. I don't trust you, Garb. I don't trust you. You have to admit there's nothing in great tying me to anything he's talking about. Doesn't mean there isn't anything. It just means I haven't found it yet. But I will. No, you won't. Not if I'm innocent. You jokester. No, Alton, don't be stupid. So this is still highlight. I guess there was an option I didn't choose here. Yeah, but I think this is something I'd already talked about. So I think I've exhausted a lot of dialogue, and I don't mean to drag things out. So that was all I could say as Alton. I'm gonna see if I can say anything as anybody else. That's an exclamation point right now. But then there could be something that's not an exclamation point that leads to an exclamation point because they've done that before. Okay, here we go. I was able to take a look at Paolo's room after he disappeared. I nearly forgot that step too. I forgot that I did that, the whole bracelet thing. You did? But that room was off. Oh, sorry, this is Ferdinand. You did? But that room was off limits. How did you get in there? Shut up. What did you find? One of his books was lying out on the floor. It had a page torn out. There was a struggle. It would make sense for things to be thrown onto the floor. But I don't think this tells us anything by itself. Found a bracelet of Mercurio's on its dresser. It had blood on it. We talked about that. It wasn't what it looked like. But I have a really good story. What were you doing there, Mercurio? I wasn't there, not then at least. My bracelet was taken by that stupid cat. Why didn't we... I guess it's better if the cat's not down here with us. I was about to say, why... It's not... Don't take kitties to dangerous spots. My bracelet was taken by that stupid cat. It must have been carried it around and dropped it in that kid's room. He's right. I saw Sunshine carrying it to that night as she passed through my room. It sounds absurd. How does a cat steal a bracelet off a grown man's arm? And why? Does it matter why? There's a testimony backing me up. Let's say this one. I was about to say that the Phoenix Wright moment of, like, objection is, it's covered in blood, excuse me, So it had to have been, I guess it still works. It doesn't matter. Yes, cat likes jewelry. It's possible. Is that what happened? Sure, does it matter? Does it change anything? Can't see how it does. He's lying. He gave the cat his bracelet. I don't think he's lying, but sure. That bracelet was a gift. I've had it for years. Why would I give it to some rodent? Cats aren't rodents, you jerk. You need a cat to be quiet and leave you alone. That seems like the most relevant one. Okay, say that were true. I still don't see how it's relevant to everything else. The guy's pointing a gun at us and we're arguing about why a cat took my bracelet? It's relevant because you were in Gwen's room, weren't you? You were planting the master key to incriminate her, as you had been instructed. But Garv, it seems like you're leaving those instructions. Are you not incriminating yourself right now? Cat was there since it stuck through the vents, and it was in your way. It wanted to play with you. You needed it to move and leave you alone, but if you antagonized it, Gwen would wake up. So you gave it something to keep it distracted, and you planted the key in silence. Yeah, you're right. So or did he just give Mercurio a story? So I was planting the key in Gwen's room when it happened. So what? Shut up. Again, we're just going in circles. Shut up. Okay. Oh, don't you idiots get it? The blood on the bracelet means the cat left it in Paolo's room during or after his abduction. Meaning Mercurio planted the key before Paolo was taken. Tell me, if the master key was in Gwen's room, how could anyone break into Paolo's room? Should only be one other person who would be able to unlock his door. Ferdinand, right? Wait, hold on. Details behind Paolo's abduction make it clear that one of the staff had to be behind it. But the details of Mercurio's orders make it clear that he was colluding with one of the passengers. This is an obvious contradiction, and there's only one explanation for it. I'm actually after two people with different motivations and methods. This would actually make a lot of sense because, you know what, bud? Actually, I've just come to a realization. If you just take a shot like right now, I think either way, you're pointing straight forward. I think your bullet's gonna hit one of the two people I suspect. In fact, now the two people I suspect most. Was I given bad information? If I was, it means I can't know anything for sure. If I can't find out who both of them are, it only leaves one option for me. Uh-oh. Okay, better do this good. Oh, there we go. I told someone. Well, I do know Ferdinand. Can I say anything as Ferdinand? I can't throw him under the bus by himself, can I? I'll do Gwen's thing. I told someone what I saw in your room. Ferdinand knew. Wait, you told him what you saw in my room? And just what did you see in my room? I saw the master key, and I told him, I'm sorry. I expect the person who ambushed me knew I had the master key. That's how they anticipated me. That time Sue knew because I got the key from her. And you knew because you broke into my room. But neither of you fit the profile. But Ferdinand, he fits the profile, and he knew. Why did you tell him? He made me scared. I think he knew that if he did, I might do something rash. Okay, so I think this is new, by the way, because of the conversation I had with Gwen with Ferdinand. That's not what happened. I merely confided in her that the captain was missing. I personally disapproved of her actions. I never told her to do anything. Even so, you set her against me. And you knew I had the master key. You were the only suspect with that information. Well, perhaps, but what if she told someone else, or what if I told someone else? I don't think that's gonna be the case. Can I be as him? No. Paolo, bud, love you. But let's check if anybody else has anything that we haven't said yet. We did the Paolo's room thing. We didn't exhaust the dialogue, but I think we kind of did everything there. Who else had something relevant to say? And then I'll start fully possessing and seeing if that leads to anything. But then I think fully possessing only... I'll do it on Kayla because I love her the best. So we did that. And I don't think anybody else would have anything different. Yeah. Alright, I guess I'll start talking as, Ferdinand. Maybe? Or maybe should I start exhausting the dialogue in the exclamation point ones? I was able to take a look at Paolo's room after he disappeared. Fine. Bracelet Mercurios with blood on it. We talked about that, what it looked like. He's lying. Oh, whoops. I've just ruined it. Well, okay, maybe I will, because I'm thinking what might happen is if I say something, it'll give another exclamation point. So I'm gonna go as Ferdinand because he's suspicious, I guess. Donovan, please, this is madness. As your first mate, I have to say this is very much against ship regulations. You are insufferable. Keep it up and I'll be happy to kill you first. Man, I think you should do that. And I love Ferdinand very much, but you have to admit there's it's looking suspicious. Do you notice anything about the person who shot you? Strange they got so close to you, and yet you don't know who they are. They looked very, Garv-like, by the way, when I rewatched it. Had my back, I probably already said that, though. I had my back to them while they shot me. Tried to turn around, but I didn't see anything besides a black cloak. They said only a few words in a strange, unrecognizable voice. Perhaps they knew about my hidden audio recorders. One of the things I thought I would find here might be the gun, or the cloak, but no. It could be at the bottom of the ocean by now. That's relevant, I guess. Here's my other suspect. It's ridiculous. You need to slow down and reevaluate things. Explain. You still can't explain the captain's disappearance, or these other people. Killing everyone won't answer anything. I don't need to answer anything. I don't care anymore. Maybe you want to know why these things have happened. I think it's too late for that. This is ridiculous. Oh, this is the same thing. If we can come up with a theory that explains everything, maybe the killer will become obvious. See, that's the thing that gets me about Garb. I hate him, and I think he's evil, but he does seem to be on a crusade for the truth a lot of the time when he talks to people. I need something better than a theory. I need proof, and as far as I can tell, there is none. Maybe it went overboard with the captain. Maybe it was here before I was thrown overboard, but it's gone now. There must be some evidence we can use, some details, something. If you have an idea, please share. Here we go. Isn't there anything in the kid's possessions? There was a crumpled piece of paper in his pocket. It came from a book. Couldn't see anything about it that was relevant to this whatsoever. Oh, whoa, whoa! Kayla, I think Kayla saw, right? That a page is missing from a book, right? Kayla was the one that saw that, right? Now that we've done this, right? You can say that? Can we go back? What did you find? Oh, what if the page you found on Paolo came from the book in his room? And would tie the page to his abduction. Presumably, he tore the page out of the book shortly before he was taken. It all seems a little too neat to be an accident, but why? Maybe it just was an accident. Yeah, this is a mystery game, excuse me? There are no coincidences? Maybe there's something special about the page he tore out? Did he leave a message? I would say there's something special because, it was a specific page, right? I guess we just learned that it was page like 106 or something. Page was torn straight off. Does look like he deliberately took out this page. Why? What was unique about this page? Suppose it's page number. Page 106. Could be a room number. There isn't a room 106, but there is a B106. That's the first mate's room, isn't it? Why, I suppose it is. What a strange coincidence, though there are many other pages in the book that could have matched with a room. Not that many. Although, let's be honest with ourselves. Wouldn't it technically be page 106 and 107? Just to play devil's advocate here. Well, it's truly an unfortunate fluke. It is circumstantial, but suspicious. Okay, so that I think we got that. We got that. Okay. You got anything to say? Okay. You got anything to say? Any evidence? Blah, blah, blah. What's in the boxes? Some basic non-spoilable food and drink. But they're mostly empty, and I expect to find other things here. For example, these people are all heavily sedated, but there's no drugs remaining here. I think someone dumped everything important out of them. It's a dead end. Do these other people have anything on them? Clues of where they're from? Tattered rags for clothes and small cots, nothing else. No identification, no possessions. The only thing I can say is that they're not from around here. Okay. You had IVs in your room, Garv. It's just so strange that he's the one to bring this up, even though I feel like he's suspicious. Anyway, Daryl might have some... I haven't been Daryl yet. Why is this some kind of crusade for you? What's really going on? Just look around you. Look at this place. You see what's happening here. How can you not be disgusted by it? I'm not going to allow even a 1% chance for this to continue. You were on this mission before you came down here. There's something else. What does it matter? The result is the same. Stop wasting my time. I know he mentioned to someone when we talked to him about a brother, and I'm wondering if his brother was killed by The killer. If you found anything here that could reveal something about the killer, you would think so, wouldn't you? But you'd be wrong. No fingerprints, no shoe prints. Everyone is incredibly drugged. They are unarousable, and I doubt they'd remember anything, even if they were lucid. The boxes contain some supplies and foodstuffs, but they're mostly empty, as if some things have been disposed of. Bloodstains are relatively new. This place has been cleaned not too long ago. I think that covers everything. Okay, so nothing there that triggered, unless... I guess we could revisit the Mercurio thing, because the foodstuffs. Blah blah blah, how do you know he was doing this? I could just say these things, notes in the cover, dropping off supplied bribe by who? We don't know, all the payments and instructions were anonymous. And in all this time you never pieced together who it was? It's been different people all the time, it was extremely organized, 0 loose ends. Not 0, I'm still here. Kitchen ledger, missing stock. Get it, Mercurio, you've been the inside man for this whole operation, haven't you? It seemed impossible to sneak all these people in and manage them in total secrecy. But if you have someone who knows the ins and outs of the ship, where everyone is... Hey, I never knew about this place or what was going on, I just delivered things. No, you did more than that. You helped cover this up. Even if you didn't know about this place, you still worked to conceal the details that would lead to it being found. It was all very organized. It's not like I had a chance to observe anything. Wonder about that. And then this, blah blah blah. What do you mean when the captain arrived? I have a theory. Smilla, our deceased captain, was brand new. This was her first voyage. The captain before her, I'm pretty sure he was on the take. Something must have happened to him, though. He was replaced at the last second with Smilla. I think there was some change in management, if you could call it that. Okay. So I've exhausted that, sort of. I guess I'll ask, so what about the captain? What happened to her? Have to admit, I was wrong. Thought she would be down here, but instead I found that kid. Same thing that happened to me must have happened to her. She found out too much, got too close to the truth, and was silenced. But her discovery and her death led us to this exact moment. I'm not gonna waste that. Captain wouldn't want this to happen. I don't know that. I'm right here, I'm the captain, and I do want this to happen, so this is just a blatant lie, Sue, but sure. There's no way you could know that. I'm not doing this to avenge her, this goes far beyond that. Why are these people here? Not sure I want to know. Strange thing is, they've clearly been here for our whole trip, but are relatively uninjured. Yet that kid has been here for just a day, and has been tortured. After all of this, I feel like I still haven't come close to the truth. But then, I don't have to. I already have a way to solve everything. God, I don't know if he's getting close to murdering us all, but it feels like it. Why does it still show new? Oh, I was on full, okay. I'll just go sue. That's kind of mean, though, that I can fully possess people and get them to confess. Ugh. Anyway, one thing that's a little suspicious... Oh, can I go over here? No, nothing. One thing that's a little suspicious is, like, Daryl's always on top of the deck. You know, out looking at stuff. And, surely he would have noticed someone coming out to come feed people down here. What do you do? I do trust him. A lot. And if he is the killer, whoa, I'm gonna feel stupid. Because I love him. With Kayla. Both of them are, the best. Are you insane? You think we'll just stand around here and let you do this? Anyone who makes sudden movements gets shot first. I have a full clip and good aim. Aren't you curious how we got down here? How we got a master key? Does it tell me who the killer is? Having a master key is the only way someone could get down here. Whoever had one must be the killer. Of course, but I never found a second copy of a master key, so where did it come from? It was anonymously given to us, for the purpose of framing Gwen. So you don't know where it came from, or who originally possessed it. Oh ha ha, here's the exclamation point. One of my tasks was to keep the original master key and keep it in my room. Well, I hope you were paid well. because that decision to steal the key started a long chain of events that ended in me being shot and Paolo irreversibly crippled. Oh, poor kid, I love him. You were a massive idiot. God, I love Donovan too. Because I kind of hate, Sue, there's something about her. She's kind of scrappy. I like that about her, but the fact that she just like blindly followed random orders, you never do that. You never do that. Who else helped our killer? Should probably speak up now. Alright. This guy did it. Oh wait, sorry, I didn't mean to just talk. Wait, what was that? What? Just hallucination. Feel like she's watching. I'm not a superstitious person. Should I help or should I get revenge? I took bribes from the same person Sue did. Fantastic. We have a second accomplice. And what were you bribed into doing? And by whom? And this is also suspicious. Why wasn't Anton? Or Alton, sorry, not Anton. Alton ever, bribed. He was well, I guess he was kind of a new staff member, right? But still. But then he was a new staff member. Kind of suspicious also. I'm pointing fingers at everybody now. Everything was anonymous. I don't know who it was. I mean, all of this is relevant. Of course. And you were the perfect little grunt, never bothering to consider what you were really doing. Much less who you were truly working for. I was the one that received the second copy of the master key. It was sent anonymously, I assume? You have any idea who sent it to you? No, I don't. It was dropped off in the middle of last night. Not long after I'd been disposed of. That must have been the killer. I was instructed to plant the key in Gwen's room in order to put her under suspicion. It's a good thing that didn't stick. If they were trying to distance themselves from this, why abduct the kid too? Those two actions seem to go directly against each other. Yeah, I'm confused by that. They must have taken the kid before they sent the key, obviously. So it was completely intentional. Wait, what? They took the kid before they sent the key. So when I was playing as Donovan, going around, like, looking at stuff, they were taking Paolo? You're right. There was no accident there. But it seems like a contradiction. If the plan was to give away the key and lay low, why take an additional victim? Something's missing from this. God, yes it is. Yes it is. Oh, so you're just gonna shoot everyone? Have you lost your fucking mind? Don't be ridiculous. I'm not gonna shoot everybody. Just most of you. What if you're wrong about all this, huh? Explain. What if there's no serial killer on board? What if it's something else completely? The serial killer is on board. Paolo's injuries match up with his previous victims, and that kind of information is something few people would know. Maybe I didn't find the captain, but I was still right all along. What if you're wrong? Oh, whoops. I said the same thing. What if your profile or whatever is wrong? I have it on very high authority that the person I'm after is a man. It's not much to go off of, but it narrows things down just enough. So what's your end game here? There is no end game. This is it. Okay. Sue, I forgot. Oh, aren't you curious? We did that. I think we did that. I don't think Alton would have anything to say, but we could try. There has to be some other solution. If there was, I wouldn't be standing here right now. I apologize, friends, if this is dragging on. It's going to be a pretty long video. I thought we'd reach an end by this point. But I guess I do kind of remember it being a long standoff kind of thing. I hope it's okay. I kind of just thought, like, just, hey, we'll do it all in one sitting, because I want it to, like, matter to me and have the details on hand and know what subtleties to do to get the other endings. And now I feel like I've been talking for 3 hours straight. I hope my voice isn't giving out. I'm still having fun. Alright, sorry friends. Just had the genius idea to go for a water break. I don't remember where the context was here. If there was, I wouldn't be standing there right now. I've gone through it over and over again. This is the best I can do. Alright, yeah, no solution, yeah. You're bluffing, right? There's no way you'd actually go through with that. Look where we are. Consider everything that's happened. You think I'm putting on an act? I'm completely serious, so you better think of something that proves who the killer is. Fast. I just took this job because I wanted to travel. I don't have anything to do with this. Shut up. Poor Elton. I really don't think he is capable of murder. I think he's just very, very naive and sort of precious in that way. Oh, okay, so not in there. Okay, we already did the Paolo's room thing and talked about the book. You're not there. I think we done that. We'll see. We'll see. You're not thinking clearly, Donovan. You know what? This isn't right. I'm thinking very clearly. Letting the killer go would mean way more people suffering. You've seen what they're capable of. If this boat reaches land, they'll slip away. I just know it. This is my last chance to end this. So that means killing innocent people is okay? Innocent people are murdered all over the world as collateral damage of politics or war. In comparison, this is nothing. Isn't there evidence here that we can use against that? I should have looked at the other option, because anytime anybody mentions, hey, anybody got any evidence? Somebody else speaks up, right? If there was, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I would have already ended things. But this place has been cleansed of anything incriminating. Do you think the killer even anticipated that you would all end up here? What about Paolo? Is he okay? No, he's not okay. If there was any doubt that the killer I'm after was on this boat, it's been erased now. Paolo's injuries match up with his previous victims, early stage victims at least. Still, most fingers are broken. There's signs of strangulation and other injuries. Oh God, Paolo! He's not going to be okay for a very long time. Do we need to attend to these people? We can sort everything else out later. Yeah, Kayla, you're a good person. We can attend to them after the killer has been dealt with. Before then, they won't truly be safe. It just struck me that, like, anybody could be lying, right? Could be anybody. I guess that's just always a thing. I'm sorry. You should be. I know it was you who broke into my room. Don't know why, or I don't care. How, blah, blah. I don't know or care how you did it, but why? It's hard to explain. Thought you were following me. I was paranoid. But this is more relevant though, right? But then it's already grayed out. I'll have to say this, I guess, clearly. But your paranoia wasn't completely wrong, just misguided. After all, there's a killer on board. Please don't do this. You don't have a say in this. Alright, I guess I gotta go exhaust somebody else's. Unless I, oh wait, I'm sorry. I forgot I can't do Mercurio. Which is suspicious. So I can confess with somebody else. If I can fully do them. Oh, should I do this? Because I do think it's Garv. I'm gonna do it, screw it. I confess. It was me. Because it is an exclamation point, for one. And for two, I really do think he's murdery. Very murdery. It's all over him. Look at that face. Murder! Yes, I confess. It was me. What? I was sending Mercurio instructions using the closet. When considering the camera footage, that's the only real possibility. So you knew about all this. You were bribing the staff to cover this up? Yes. And when the captain got too close, I shot her. I've heard enough. I think I finally understand. The person who led me here in the first place, who took Paolo, the person who ambushed me and the captain who bribed... they ambushed me and the captain who bribed the staff. They were two separate people. They traded information, collaborated. That's how they were always a step ahead. Who does the evidence point towards regarding Paolo? Ferdinand. Who does the evidence point towards regarding the staff? Garv. But the evidence doesn't cancel itself out. It was both of you, wasn't it? God. This theory is a bad detour. You said yourself you were after one person. You had a profile. What are the odds that this killer you were looking for would run into someone they could collaborate with? Sounds unlikely, doesn't it? But I got my info from someone who had been tracking my killer. Maybe the killer expected they'd be tailed. Is it possible my target sought out another person they could hide behind? When Gwen told Ferdinand about what she found in my room, he realized I was following him. Then he told Garv, who was able to get the jump on me. With me out of the picture, Ferdinand thought it was safe to target Paolo. At the same time, Garv worked to frame Gwen. Oh, and this is so scary too, because it's been mentioned multiple times all these people on this ship are just sort of lost and kind of just looking for, like, places to be and go. You know, I even think it was Garv that mentioned it's like, this place is like a purgatory. Everybody's kind of floating here, and it's kind of scary to think that the killer was looking for victims. I mean, Ferdinand, I guess, was looking for victims just on this ship of people that are just wandering and wouldn't be missed, I guess. Ugh. At the same time, Garv worked to frame Gwen. I can understand why you'd suspect me. But what you don't know is I helped prove Gwen's innocence. I also helped uncover evidence from Paolo's room. Why would I do all of that? Maybe because it was your plan to get us all here in the first place. My murder was one death too many. It was too much attention. You knew you had to cut your losses. So you cleaned this place of any evidence tying you to it and set someone up to take the fall. But Gwen wasn't the scapegoat. It was Ferdinand, wasn't it? The evidence in Paolo's room incriminates him, not you, and the evidence here does the same. Everyone would uncover the pieces of truth you left behind and accept the story I had given them of a serial killer. Am I right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, totally, that's some crazy detective work. I thought the idea of using Gwen as a patsy was kind of flimsy, but Garv insisted. I guess it makes sense now. What the fuck are you talking about? I had nothing to do with any of that. Sure you did. Told me that Donovan had been taken care of, and that you'd incriminate Gwen with your copy of the master key. I bet you knew this whole time that they would figure out it was a plant. You sneaky old bastard. Shut up, this man is crazy. I don't know what he's on about. Sorry, talking about... you know exactly what he's talking about. You were gonna sell me out from the start after how much I'd helped you? How rude. Fuck you, I'm swearing a lot, I'm sorry. It's just it says it and I feel like I should say it, but I feel I don't know. You lunatic, you ruined everything. You brought a Fed onto my ship. It's Garv, the old captain? He brought a Fed onto my ship and you tipped off the captain. That was blackmail, not help. So Ferdinand's like the killer, right? Right. And yeah, so Ferdinand tipped off the captain. Well, yes, okay. But I also helped you get rid of the captain and the Fed, so isn't that like a wash? Look. He's the one you've been after this whole time. He's the one you want. If you kill him instead of me, I can make you an incredibly rich man. You'll never have to... That's probably for the best. Oh man, you shot him for real. Nice. You're welcome, by the way. God, Ferdinand, you psychopath. You crazy, crazy killer. I still kind of love you, though. I have to be honest. Though I guess that still doesn't really make up for everything else. You have no remorse or shame, do you? Do you feel anything at all? I don't know. Should I? Oh god, right in the face. Woof. Whoa, oh god, right in the face also. God. Oh. Well, that's another achievement. Is that good? I never thought I'd see solid land again. After all of that, we know this is new. Last we just got like a raft and everybody was sad, I think. Thank God Daryl could dock the boat. I don't know what we'd do. Yeah, Daryl's awesome. You guys should all just live together forever and be happy. Guess my short-lived sailboating days were of some use after all. What? Music's happy. I think this is the good end, right? We got the killer. Errors? The authorities should arrive in a few hours. They'll be able to take care of all these people. All those people. Once they do, I'm out of here. The ship can sink into the ocean for all I care. Can't believe it. Both Ferdinand and Garv. The things they did. They didn't even pretend to feel guilt. Made quite the team. A serial killer and a businessman. Hard to tell which of the two was worse. Daryl, Gwen, you hadn't come forward, who knows what would have happened to us? The information you gave brought us to the truth. Thank you. I remember having help along the way, more than once. Thanks, Kayla. I just wish Donovan was still here. He didn't deserve to end like that. Captain didn't either. Yeah, if it wasn't for them, we'd never have found out what was really happening. Can't all be fixed, and a lot of it will take time. But we can start to make things right. There won't be any more victims now. The nightmare is over. Oh. Still miss Paolo, though. I wish there was an end on which Paolo was okay. Oh, wow, that was great. Oh, so what happens now? Guess that depends on the police. Well, yeah. What I meant was, what are we gonna do? Oh, right. I've been thinking about that. I'm gonna go back home. Back to China. Oh, that's really far away, isn't it? Yeah, very far. Do you not know where China is, Elton? Guess that means I won't see you again. This is it. Pretty much. I mean, this was always going to happen. Never really planned to stay here forever. I don't think Elton really knows that Sue doesn't really like him very much, but he's very naive in that way. Right, yeah, of course. Guess I kinda knew that. Well, good luck, Sue. You too, Elton. Oh, and I never corrected you, but I might as well now. I'm gonna make a mockery of this, I believe. It's like... It has a bit of it, like a... Is it Sue? I'm just gonna say Sue. It's Sue? I think it's like, there's a subtle way to say it, and I'm sorry. Everybody called her Sue, and I'm glad because I was bad at saying it. I think it's like Sue, though? I'm ignorant and horrible. You can hold me to that. You holding up okay? God, these are my two favorite people. You holding up okay? A little rattled, but I'm fine, thanks. When you're done with your current book, maybe you could write one up about all this. There's an idea. Sadly, I don't think I'll have the time. Well, I guess this isn't goodbye. You're going my way, right? I'm not going anywhere. Hey, me too. Why not go there together? Just promise me this one thing. Promise you won't get there before I do. Alright. I promise. God, are they making like a oh god, that's really, really sad. Like, I kind of love it. Because they're sad together and I love them both very much. But it's just very sad combined. And that's a... Goof. Well, gotta hand it to you. What? Why? He figured out what that bastard was up to. Ferdinand. Right, I remember, there was like a connection these two had, where like Mercuria was like, you know where I've come from, you've come from the same place, or something like that, so I guess it makes sense they're talking. As much as I tried to keep my ear to the pavement, I had no idea about him. What are you talking about? You tried to frame me. You never wanted to find out what was going on. You're right. Did a lot of shitty things. Probably bear some responsibility for what happened. Not a good person, am I? What do you want me to say? Probably just know you're not a good person. That I forgive you? That you can change your ways? You're like everyone else. Keep doing what you want as long as it's convenient for you. Maybe you're right. Look, I just wanted to say thanks. I guess that's an end. That wasn't exactly... Oh, that's it. I thought... I didn't mean like, well, I guess that's an end for the... I just meant that's an end for them. That's an end that they came to and talked about, and it felt, good, I guess. There's like I was mostly looking forward to Daryl and Kayla. I'm glad they, it's just so sad because obviously, like, the nowhere that Daryl kept talking about going to, and the nowhere that Kayla said also she was just knowing that they just are talking about death is just like, I you know, you always expected it. But they just like, that was it, and it's so sad. That's so sad. I love them so much, and I hope they were okay. Anyway, friends, I think I've got some other endings to go for. And to be honest, I don't know how to get to them. So I might follow a guide. I'll think about it, because it just feels like I followed the exclamation points. And I don't know any other way to get there. Unless the point was to not have the crucial pieces of evidence that I had, because I was thorough, and I felt like that was the good end. Because it gave an epilogue. The other one sort of did, but not like a happy one. This one was like, the killers were caught. Hooray. And I could imagine the others aren't gonna be so triumphant. The thing is, if I recall correctly, I think there's like 3 other hidden achievements, which I assuming are each ends. And it's already taken me quite a while just to get to this one, so it might be another part after this, friends. I hope that's okay with you, because I feel like it's already going to be like 2 hours at this point, and my voice is kind of tired, and it might be for next time. So that's it for now. But God, I love this game. I love it a lot. That charms me even more. And I'm so glad I played it through again to, like, get all those subtleties. I'm so in love with Daryl and Kayla. I wish they had good, happy times. Oh God, that's so sad. It's just so, like, emotionally impactful. Like, everybody gets, like, a cool bit of backstory. All the characters are well crafted. Oh, it's such a good game. I really do quite love it, and, I know obviously if you've seen to this point I've warned you about spoilers enough that you've probably already played it yourself, so I'm probably just speaking stuff you already know. It's a great game. But, right, I can say more in next part, because I'll be doing the other endings, so that's it for now.